The one fucking time I don't watch a Nintendo Direct live, they announced a bunch of good stuff. For example, I've been saying for years, if anyone is going to play Mario in a full-length Mario animated movie, it's gotta be none other than the iconic voice actor, Chris Pratt. But the Direct, from what I saw, was great. It had a little bit of everything for everyone, but most of all, the most important part of all this news, folks, at least in my opinion, you knew we had to talk about it here on this channel, is KOTOR is coming to Nintendo Switch. Holy shit. Now you might be wondering to yourself, why is this exciting? The game is pretty much available everywhere that's not a PlayStation console. It's exciting because for years, personally, all I ever wanted was KOTOR to come back in some way. I wanted a new game, a sequel, something to tell me that the gods have not abandoned us all. And first, we got a remake announced, and that was great. And now the original game is coming to the Switch. Obviously, goes without saying, but if you have the games on PC, there's probably not really a reason to get this port, as it's just that, a port. It's not going to have mod support or anything like that, so the definitive version, minus some tinkering on the PC version, it's gonna be PC in my opinion. But I'd argue even without mods, KOTOR is still great and one of the best games ever made. So just opening up more avenues where this classic game could be played is great news in my opinion, and I've been saying on my opinion a lot, but it's my opinion. That brings up this question for me, where is that PlayStation port though? We talked about this back in February about the rumors that KOTOR 1 and 2 would receive modern console re-releases, referring back to this tweet from Jordan Mason, who is the editor-in-chief from Cinelinx, that KOTOR 1 and 2 are going to be seeing re-releases on modern hardware / Switch. Heard some fun stuff this week, nothing huge and no real details, hence a tweet and not a post. You know how the Jedi Knight games in Episode 1 Racer got Switch / modern console re-releases? Here in KOTOR 1 and 2 will get the same at some point this year. Now obviously this is from like January, this tweet, and so part of this ended up being true, so obviously the question for me is now if the port is also coming to PlayStation at some point. In my best estimation, if I have to guess, it's probably going to at some point. I don't see why they wouldn't. All the other Star Wars games that Aspire has ported to other consoles or remastered is on PlayStation, so why would they stop at Switch for KOTOR? Again, you might say, I have this on PC, why do I care? You don't have to. But this just means more people can get it and get trophies for it if they like, which I myself do enjoy, of course. I'm not going to tell you I don't like trophies to pretend I'm cool and shit or above the fray. I'm not. I like my platinum trophies, folks. So sue me. My ideal scenario for these ports would be, well, I should say KOTOR 1 without mods is pretty solid, and 2 as well is great even without mods, but part of me hopes that inevitably when they port 2, they do try to work closely with the modding community to somehow get some parts of the restoration mods working with the port. I always tell everyone the original KOTOR is great to have on PC for mods, but on Xbox it's still great, and it also doesn't have that whole tinkering that you have to do to get the game to play in HD. KOTOR 2 is overall also great on Xbox, but a lot of the mods for KOTOR 2, mainly the Restoration Project mod, makes the second game just feel a bit more complete on PC with it installed. So if they do get that on Switch or PlayStation, I hope they can find some kind of remedy there, and of course, if they do, I would also hope that they update the Xbox version also. The only counter to the excitement of KOTOR coming to Switch is that you could just say, hey, I have a tablet and I could stream my modded games from my PC to it, and that's something you could do if you're home. But not everyone wants to tinker with that stuff, and picking up the game on the go is an exciting prospect. I realize the contradiction here though, that the remake for KOTOR is a timed exclusive for PlayStation. I understand a lot of people point to the franchise's history on Xbox, and that's true. Until this port to Switch, KOTOR has only been on PC and Xbox. I played it on the original Xbox myself, and then 360 because it was backwards compatible, and now I play them on PC when I do. And then the remake gets announced and it's a timed console exclusive for PlayStation 5. That is frustrating for Xbox gamers, but I will partially just say your frustration should probably be directed, at least in part, at Xbox for letting it go. I could have just as easily seen the remake announcement at an Xbox event, but apparently Xbox was also trying to get it in these negotiations or in these talks, but they let it go. Now, yeah, I don't have a source for that, but that's just what I've been seeing and reading in various places and seeing online, so don't take my word on that. I would assume it's going to come to Xbox at some point though, so we just don't know when. Anyway, with that, I just wanted to say again, I'm excited that KOTOR is coming to Switch, but I felt like I had to acknowledge that little part about the remake. I think it's going to be great playing KOTOR on the go, wherever and whenever. Hopefully this means we'll see it come to PlayStation at some point, and even with that, I hope to see KOTOR 2 come as well. Thanks for watching the video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch. Those links will be in the description below. Make sure you subscribe for more KOTOR coverage and content, and of course, like or dislike the video. Oh, and let me know what you think down below as well. I'll talk to you all soon. I love you all.